Okay, so today we're looking at proper Exacto knife use. You're going to need a few things. We've got our cutting mat here. It does not matter whether you have the green or the black side facing up. You're going to need one of these Exacto knife practice sheets, an Exacto knife assignment sheet later, plus a pair of safety glasses and an Exacto knife. So some basic things just when we're looking at safety. As soon as you pick up the knife, you always want to make sure that you've got the safety cap on. Occasionally they do have a habit of just falling off. So while you're carrying them, just keep a finger on the side here so it doesn't fall off, and you always want to carry it with the point facing down. Once you've got that and you've brought it over your desk, you'll notice that I've also asked you to get a pair of safety glasses. Now, the reason that you want these safety glasses is because the blade is flexible and it is possible that it could snap off and go in your eye. So that is why we are getting the safety glasses. We're going to start with this pink sheet. So the objective is to become proficient in the use of the knife while doing so safely. The process is that we're going to cut each shape out in order with an Exacto knife. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I tried to lay them out from easiest to most difficult. Again, just going over the safety, so never put your fingers or body in the path of the knife while cutting. So when we are getting ready to cut, I put on my safety glasses here. You do not need to be completely mathematically perfectly lined up on the cutting mat, just as long as whatever you're cutting is actually underneath. The reason this is a bad idea is obviously my fingers are in the path. So this is quite obvious to most people. What usually happens though is I see people do something like this. They have their 4 fingers out of the way here, but they've kept their thumb kind of just down here. The thumb is a big troublemaker, so we're going to keep the thumb tucked out of the way. And that is our first set. Carry the blade down. Never put or cut towards yourself. And wear your safety glasses. So I'm holding the knife. You can see that right on this gripped or knurled area here. And not straight up in the air. I don't know if you can see that, so I'm just going to side view. So not straight up, not trying to do it perfectly flat on the table either. Just kind of a nice, and I'll just kind of do this sideways so you can see just a nice angle, something like that. And I'll show you with me holding it properly right now. So something along those lines. Then we're just going to push down, keeping the blade nice and straight, and glide our hand down the page. And it should almost make an invisible cut. A good habit to get into when you set the knife down is put the safety cap back on. That way, if someone else or you come by the table and they put their hand on it, you're going to be okay. So we flip this over and we'll notice a nice clean cut there. So we're going to continue along. So you'll notice I'm holding the blade with the sharp side down. So that's the sharp side there. If I hold it upside down right now, it just tears the page. A couple other problems I've seen is when you hold it sideways, your cuts tend to go sideways. I will also see people going along and maybe rushing, and I'll see them just yanking on their page or going back or just tearing things out. So I'll actually take marks off for that. This is something we could go back and fix right here though, because it was just not cut out properly. Then we would go do the triangle, the next shape, and then we come to the curves. And the curves are what cause people the most trouble. So for the sake of the video, I'm gonna skip past these, and I'm gonna go to the heart right now. You do not have to cut the heart in half. Again, just to speed things up and show you. You will notice, if I kind of move this off to the corner, I'm gonna move my arm and the blade as I'm cutting. So there's a little bit more going on here. Again, hand is out of the path of the blade. Cut, pause, rotate. I notice I'm pausing. It's okay to even lift the blade up and go back. And keep cutting. The pink sheet is not worth any marks. It is exactly what its namesake says. It's for practice. So if you go through and you cut all 8 shapes out, and then you say, I'm not happy with this, I need more practice, you recycle this and you can get a new sheet. But you're not getting a new sheet until you've gone through the entire one. Once you feel confident, or I've told you to move on, you can come check with me. Then you're gonna move on to the Exacto knife assignment. And this one you're actually going to get graded on, and you will also attach an Exacto knife, an evaluation to it. And if you didn't hear me when I walked away, you're just gonna attach one of these sheets to it when you hand it in. So we wanna have 10 errors or less, no tears, and all the shapes cut out are the 3 big things I'm looking for. How do I mark it? Well, I'm gonna show you on the pink sheet what I'm looking for. You'll see me go through with a pen or pencil, and you'll see me put little ticks. So where we tore that paper off, this one would probably be quite a few. And just assuming you got 100% on everything else in this page, this would be 4.5 out of 5. I take 0.1 off for each one of these little ticks or errors. Your goal is to get 4 out of 5 or better, or 80% on the good copy, so on this yellow sheet. If you want to start on your QB, which is the next part of the project, before you put this into the folder with the evaluation and your name on it, just show it to me and I will very informally tell you whether you got that 4 out of 5 or 80% or better on that sheet. And that's it.